Hey everyone, hope you are doing amazing, and in this video we are going to talk about an extremely important topic, which is the ideas, titles, thumbnails and hooks of your videos. If you understand this, it's basically 80% of your results on YouTube, because I'm sure you've heard about it, right? If not, Mr. Beast says this: if people click on your YouTube video and they watch it to the end, YouTube will recommend it, which is true, right? One of the most important things on YouTube is to make people click on your video and then so they watch it to the end. So the more people click and the longer they watch, right? That's why in the previous video we focused on the value, because if you focus on your audience and you provide value, they are more likely to watch to the end, which means your video has more chances of performing better. But the first step is actually the idea, title and thumbnail. Why? Because if no one clicks on your YouTube video, even if it's the best in the world, no one will find out. You will not get any views. That's why it's so important. And the famous YouTuber Ali Abdal, for example, who has 5 million subscribers on YouTube, actually thinks that the idea, title, thumbnail and the hook are 80% of your success on YouTube, right? So what does that mean? That means that probably you need to focus on this 80% of the time, because most people, they just go there and make a randomly video. That's not how it works. Yes, you need to be authentic. Yes, you need to focus on value, but you cannot neglect the idea, title, thumbnail, and the hook. So let's start with the idea and why it's so important. So first of all, how you come up with video ideas. It's very simple. You do not reinvent the wheel. What you do is you look at what's already working for your competitors, right? And you take inspiration from that, but you make your own video with your own style, right? So you don't try to reinvent the wheel. Let me explain. For example, if I was in the self-improvement, in the finance niche, for example, to make this congruent, right? What I would do, I would go and I would check Ali Abdal and I would click most popular and I will see what video ideas are working the best for him. For example, why you are always tired, 7 myths ruining your sleep. So if this is something that resonates with my audience, if I like to make this video, if I don't want to make this video, I shouldn't, because the video won't be authentic, right? But let's say if I resonate with this, then I can make a video about 7 myths, 7 reasons why you're always tired. So that's how similar my title can be to it. But inside the video, I'm going to talk about my exact thing, right? Or let's say you talk about how to invest for beginners. If that's your credibility, if you're actually credible and you want to make a video because you are passionate about that topic yourself, you can make a video about that as well, right? How to invest for beginners is a little bit basic title, right? It worked for a big YouTuber, but for you probably you need to make it a little bit more spicy. So how you would do that? If I were to make a video about this, because if this resonates with me and my audience, I would just take this because I see that it's already performing well, right? And what I would do, I would just copy the title, all right? And then let me do it live with you on camera so you can see how to do. If you have ChatGPT, I would open it. If not, that's okay. You can brainstorm on your own. But if you do have ChatGPT, here's what you can do. You go on ChatGPT and you say, give me 20 clickbaity YouTube titles like this. And then you put out the name and then boom, you click enter. Right? And then just look ChatGPT giving you ideas. And you are not looking for just one title to copy from ChatGPT. You are looking for ideas that you can use, right? For example, the investment strategy big banks don't want you to know. Amazing title already, right? 5 simple steps to become a stock market millionaire. How I made my first million. Investing tips you need to know. The top 10 investment mistakes you are making right now. So many good ideas, right? And if you don't like that, you can just say, give me 20 more, right? And if you tell that, it will give you 20 more, right? If you like, let's say, this idea and you want to expand on it, you can copy it and you can say, give me 20 ones like this. And then you put out the new title that you got. And then it will give you 20 ideas about that topic, right? And that's how you can actually come up with viral titles that sound good. So the biggest thing when it comes to titles, they shouldn't be too long or too short, and they shouldn't be too basic. When a person looks on your title, they should immediately understand what the video is about and why should they click on the video, right? What's in it for them? Is it making them curious? Is it making them interested or not? For example, why you should invest is a very bad title, but the investment strategy big banks don't want you to know, it's an awesome title, right? But in the video itself, you can talk about the same thing, but depending on how you package your idea, it can be completely different. So this is what I would use. It's as simple, go and do that, right? But the biggest feedback that I have for the ideas and the titles is the following. Look at what's working and only make titles and make videos about topics only that you are also passionate about, right? So it should be a combination that you like the topic, so you can actually be authentic in the video, and you can know what you're talking about because people can see when you don't know the topic, right? And at the same time, you need to pick things that work well on YouTube. You can't just talk about what you like and no one else is interested about it. You won't get views, right? But if you just make videos that you hate making, you won't stay consistent, and consistency is the key on success on YouTube, right? So that's why when you look at other channels and you analyze them, you need to see the ideas, see what you want to work, what video you want to make, what you are excited about, and you need to just take that, ask ChatGPT, think about it, change it a little bit, make it clickbaity, make it very on point, so it will grab people's attention. And the video itself, you need to meet the expectations that people have and just provide them value. And that's it. If you do that consistently, you will grow, right? So that's how you come up with ideas. It's not complicated. Go and check out all of, let's say, if I checked out this person, right? Step by step how I made $16 million. If you made $10,000 in your career, you can say step by step how I made $10,000, so you can just copy me, right? It can be as simple. But in the video itself, don't copy others, right? Try to be your authentic self, and of course you need to develop your skill set of storytelling. The more videos you will make, the better you will become at talking. All of these things are important, right? But I'm not saying if you have a good title and idea that you take from someone and you make it a little bit better, make it your own, you are going to go viral. No, the video also should be good. It's very important. But this is the first step. If no one clicks, no one is going to watch it, right? Very, very important. Now, if we look at the thumbnail, what are thumbnails? The biggest thing when it comes to thumbnails and to make people click, and if you don't know, thumbnails are basically these pictures, these images that you see before clicking on a YouTube video. I'm sure most of you know that. And the biggest tip when it comes to thumbnails is that the thumbnail should play together with the video. So let's say if I want to make a video about dopamine detox is a cheat code to success, right? As you can see on the thumbnail, they are not typing the same text on the thumbnail. This is a mistake that I see so many creators make, that like it's crazy, right? You shouldn't have the same thing on your title, on your thumbnail. They should work together, right? That is very, very, very important. For example, if we go and check Ali Abdal, he got millions of subscribers, right? If we look at this, titles and thumbnails, here's his video idea: why you feel lost in life. Look at the thumbnail. In the thumbnail, he says, and how to fix it, right? Look at this video. Why you feel lost in life, that's the title. And how to fix it is on the thumbnail. So he uses both the space, the short space that he has on title and on the thumbnail to combine the forces and to make it even more punchier to make people click. Most people, they talk about how to achieve more while working less, and on the thumbnail itself, it's about how to work less and achieve more. The same thing. No, the thumbnail should be simple. It should grab people's attention, right? And it should play together with the title. That's all of it. That's all, right? And in the next video, I'm going to actually talk about tools that you can use to make thumbnails yourself for free. And at the same time, I'm going to show you how you can hire thumbnail designers for very cheap so they can make the thumbnails for you, right? Which can save you a lot of time if you want to do that. So the next video, we will talk about tools that you can use. We will talk about people that you can hire to make everything else easier for yourself. But that's what I would do, right? I would start with understanding the thumbnails, because if you don't understand what makes it a good thumbnail, you won't be able to understand if your thumbnail designer made a good thumbnail or not, right? So the biggest tip is, again, look at the successful channels, look at what they are doing, take inspiration from them, right? And try to make your thumbnails simple. They shouldn't be overwhelming. They should be on point, right? They should play together with the thumbnail. And most importantly, they should grab people's attention and make them click on the video, right? Another very small tip when it comes to thumbnails that I want to share with you, right? Thumbnails, when you look at the thumbnails on your computer, they are too big, right? But actually, most people watch the videos on their phone, right? A lot of people also watch on TV and stuff, but most people watch on phone, right? On a phone, the thumbnail is even smaller, right? So if you look at your thumbnail and it's great, but then you understand that thumbnail will be actually on a small phone from someone that is driving to their work, and they will be watching your video, or they will be scrolling in toilet or in the bathroom, right? And they will be just looking at your thumbnail for less than a second. So it should be so simple, so as big as possible, as shiny as possible, so it's as easy for them to click on it as possible, right? That's why if you look at, for example, Iman Ghazi, you can see the text. It's as big as possible, right? Because he knows that on the mobile, that if it's too small, a lot of things going on the video, it's not going to perform very well, right? So that's what I would recommend for the thumbnails. And this is the 20-80 principle. If you focus on these things, they will give you the 80% of the results, right? 20% of your effort focusing on these things, you will get 80% of the results when it comes to the making good thumbnails, titles, and ideas, right? So that's what I would do. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.